Update: Mum thinks our relationship could be better. I'm happy where it is, but don't he know how to tell her? Original post here, //wo.reddit.com//relationships /comments /I76 /Mum thinks our relationship could be better /tour. I wrote down what I wanted to say, including boundaries. Didn't he blow up? But as predicted, she didn't take responsibility either. But I've now done everything I can and can move on. No one asked for this update, but I guess I wanted to give some of you told you so right, so I was able to use bits and pieces from almost every comment, from preparing myself for it to not go well / needing to hang up on her to making sure I didn't fall into the trap of explaining / listing out past incidents. I basically said the following: I'm happy for list of accomplishments she's had. Unfortunately, none of that erases 20 years of lack of support and actions by you that clearly indicated I wasn't a priority. I'm not looking for explanations nor apologies. I've worked hard to make my peace with it, and I've worked hard to get our relationship to a point where I can maintain my mental health and have you in my life. So when you say it could be better, in my mind it's right where it needs to be. If that's to change at all, I have some boundaries that need to be followed. List of boundaries, some specific, but two big ones of respect my boundaries and respect when I say no. That need to be. If you want us to talk more, I am happy to pick up the phone. You have every right to ask things from me, but have to respect when the answer isn't what you want to hear. First question was if I thought our relationship was better before my stepdad came around. No. I told her she'd have to do some reflecting because she was there for the same events I was, and it's not fair to me to ask for that emotional aid. She said she had done lots of reflection and couldn't see it until stepdad came into the picture. She pushed a couple more times, for example. Is it because I missed some events your dad was at? She stopped when I called her out the second time for deflecting responsibility for her action. I told her multiple times during this portion that she doesn't have to remember / own up to anything, but she does have to live with the consequences. Her last question was, is there any way we could ever push past this all? I told her this is what past this all looks like. She pushed back a little bit, but when it was clear that I wasn't moving an inch, the call ended with, well, thank you. You've given me a lot to think about. None of her questions or responses were any indication she was worried that I was hurt. She was trying to find justifications I might listen to anything to poke hole. There was part of me that wondered if she always recognized how much neglect there was and just didn't want to face it. But claiming lots of reflection and not having a single incident come to mind that didn't involve blaming someone else answered that question. While she was calm, while she tried to respond, her tone was very tense. Worst case here, she continues to try to push boundaries, and I cut off contact, and it's one less stress in life. Best case, she respects them, and it's one less stress in my life. I know this is likely a case of she'll respect them until she doesn't. The important thing for me was that I was upfront with her and set clear boundaries. I've done my due diligence to telling her how our relationship could change. I used change instead of improve very intentionally with my mother. I am relieved. Balls in her court. And I have some answered. Thanks again for the advice, sharing of your own experiences and encouragement. It gave me the confidence and a plan for that phone call. Edit. Some typos. I've had this same conversation with my dad. He knows there is something to repair, but he wants examples just so he can argue with me about them. When he says things like this, she pushed a couple more times, for example. Is it because I missed some events your dad was at? I tell him that sounds like work you need to do in therapy. Like, can't he help you work to an understanding of your actions when I'm the one that was impacted by them? He wanted to go to therapy, but I refused to conduct therapy with him, so we are very low contact now. Good for you. Setting boundaries with parents is hard work. Sometimes the hardest work we will do, and you did it kindly, directly, and firmly. I hope you can pat yourself on the back and find a way to reward yourself. Holy moly, you've got some amazing emotional intelligence. I told her she'd have to do some reflecting because she was there for the same events I was. And it's not fair to me to ask for that emotional aid. This is amazing, and I am stealing